Oh dear. Oh my. Oh my goodness. All this controversy about Sharon Osbourne and everybody saying that she's a racist and all this. Now, the talk is on hiatus, or the hiatus has been extended after, according to Wikipedia, after Leah Remini stepped in and stirred the pot, as she is so well known to do, and said, not basically, she did say that Sharon Osbourne has said racist things towards Julie Chen and homophobic things towards Sarah Gilbert, which I believe the two of them have denied. I could be wrong about that, but I think they did. Anyway, so there was this conversation, heated exchange between Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood on the talk. And it was initiated by Cheryl Underwood, go figure. And Cheryl Underwood asked Sharon to basically explain to people, to help people understand, what was, I think the question was, something, help people understand that you're not racist or something like that, or what would your response be to the people who think that you're racist because you stand behind Pierce Morgan, who is a friend of Sharon's? And that insinuated that Sharon would have to respond as herself as a racist. And I think that's what ruffled Sharon's feathers. And I, quite frankly, don't blame her. I think she handled herself really well, because if somebody asked me something like that on national television and asked me to reply as if I was a racist person defending myself, I would have had a few things to say. And I think, I'll say it again, I think Sharon Osbourne handled herself very well. Because if that was me, I know what I would have said. I would have had a few things to say. And I probably would have been fired from CBS for saying them. But hey, I would have got it off my chest. And I think Sharon hit it right on the head. She hit it right on the head. And her exact words were, I feel like I'm being put in the electric chair. And if I was Sharon, that's exactly how I would have felt. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. There's all these videos circulating on YouTube, and there's a lot of people that are saying things like, oh, Sharon needs to step back. Sharon Osbourne needs to educate herself because she's not getting it mentally. She's just not getting it. She needs to educate herself. And when I watched the video clip, that exchange between Sharon and Cheryl Underwood, the video clip that I saw, Sharon came right out and said her exact words were, I quote, I don't understand. Help me understand. I don't get, educate me, help me understand. I don't get it. So she admitted, she confessed on live television. She said, I don't get it. Help me understand. To which I'll add that she had very little response to, if any. She didn't really get an answer to that. She tried to communicate with Cheryl Underwood, and she tried to ask Cheryl Underwood, help me understand. Sharon was asking her during the commercial break. Cheryl would not respond. She didn't want to explain herself. Then when the camera started rolling and they went back on the air, she still didn't want to answer the question. So to those people who are saying that Sharon Osbourne doesn't know what she's talking about and blah, 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 and she needs to educate herself, well, she requested that help. She requested that she be educated, and she didn't really get an answer. I didn't see, and if she did, it was definitely not a satisfactory answer. I wouldn't have been satisfied. So anyway, I personally love Sharon Osbourne, and now that's not to say that, Sharon Osbourne is... And I'm sure if she watches this, I'm sure she would admit herself that there's very little filter, if any, between Sharon Osbourne's brain, what goes through her brain, and what comes out of her mouth. And I'm sure Sharon Osbourne herself would agree with that. And I think she's actually even said, yeah, it's true. You know what I mean? And I think the same can be said for Cheryl Underwood. There's some nasty, nasty things that have passed that woman's lips. And I'm not even going to get into that. And Cheryl Underwood's supposed to be representing America because she served in the U.S. Army. So if anybody should be dotting their I's and crossing their T's, it's Cheryl Underwood. And some really, really nasty things have come out of that woman's mouth. Seriously. I'm just disgusted. I mean, I have a raunchy sense of humor, and people who know me know that. But Sharon Underwood has said some really nasty things, like dirty nastiness. Those are just facts. Sorry, but yeah. So my overall thoughts for Sharon Osbourne. I really don't see. I don't think she's going to be back on the talk. That's just my personal opinion. I think somebody will find a reason to kick her off the show if she doesn't walk off on her own. If she did, I wouldn't blame her. But I don't blame her for what she said. I don't blame her for how she reacted. She was just asked. Cheryl Underwood. Started something and triggered something and initiated something. And ultimately, she said the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time, clearly, because Sharon Osbourne just wasn't having any part of it. And if I was Sharon, I wouldn't have either. So that's my 2 cents on Sharon Osbourne. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I completely agree with her. I don't think she was wrong, and I don't think she overstepped her boundaries. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's just my opinion. If anybody cares, great. For those people who don't care, that's also great, because I don't care. So thanks for see, that's my honest opinion. That's me having no filter, right? Anyway, take care, everybody. Stay happy and stay safe. And thanks for watching. And hopefully this didn't aggravate too many people. Take care. Bye-bye.